And it is termite season. It's swarming termite season, Jordan.
Which really terrifies me a little bit. So
Right.
That's why we have Terry Harris from Best Rate Termite Repair and Termite Company here.
Hi, guys.
So what does swarming season mean? What do I need to know?
Swarming season is when they're actually, a mature gallery is now ready to expand out. And what
Gallery.
happens? Gallery. That's where they live, if you will.
Oh, gotcha.
And this is dry wood termite season. So right now what's happening is the dry woods are actually, termites are actually now migrating to other areas to start a new colony within, in this case, within the home.
So I've got one patch of termites, and when you say that they're getting ready to swarm and get out of that one area, they could just go reinfest my home somewhere else.
They are going to reinforce your home somewhere else.
Reinvest. You said reinforce.
Well,
Oh,
reinvest.
that's that. Yeah, that's the wrong word.
Yeah, look at
Reinfest. I
reinforce
think you
their
even
growth.
said the wrong word.
But here's the thing. So they do this. They go to different areas of your home.
Yeah, just look how gross they are.
Yeah, they're destroying it. But how do you, because Jordan and I were wondering, how do you identify them physically?
Well, a lot of people confuse them with ants because at the time that ants swarm as well. But a termite has one single body, whereas an ant has two. And the wings on an ant are, one set is shorter than the other because they have two sets of wings, and whereas a termite, they're all the same length.
But these things are pretty tiny, so we have to get
Termites are
up
very
close
tiny.
and personal to
You
really
have to-
see the difference here.
unfortunately.
So
And
a big
that's-
swarm we would just notice, you think?
Yeah, and that's why we also suggest that if you suspect it, bag if you can get them. Some of them are already dead because swarming termites don't live long anyway.
Okay.
Sweep them up, put them in a Ziploc baggie, so if you call for a termite inspection, the termite inspector can immediately tell you what type of termite it is, or if it even is a termite for that matter.
And we've seen droppings before where you've been on and that coffee ground looking
Right.
sort of piles you might find around the house, which is usually a sign of termite infestation.
Right.
Is that the same that we'll notice with swarming termites if we haven't seen the actual termites themselves yet?
You'll see that any time of the year. You just see it a little bit more predominantly because they're now coming out of the holes, what they call kick-out holes. And so when they're coming out, they'll push some more of that debris out.
Okay, so you see all of this. You think you've got termites. You've got a concern. So we call Best Rate Repair and Termite Company, right? That's the next
Right.
step, to have an inspection.
Inspection, and the inspections are free.
Okay.
So at least you
Well,
know
and
that
it
you're
sounds
getting
like
it.
if the droppings are getting pushed out more with these swarming termites, that swarming season is when you're going to maybe see that you have a problem if you didn't already know.
That's when people become more aware than normal. It's like right now our phones are ringing a lot more because people are seeing them flying around their house inside.
I know.
And so
I'm
now
just-
they panic and they call us. That's only because it's a little bit more obvious to them.
Okay.
If you have an infestation to the point that they're swarming, where they're flying, you've had termites for a number of years at this point because that galley has now grown so large that they need to expand to another area.
Okay, so we call you for an inspection. You come
Right.
out. Are we talking all day long here for an inspection? What is it?
Well, it really depends on the size of the home, but I mean, it can take 20 minutes, it can take an hour and a half on a larger size home. It doesn't take that long.
Okay.
Termite inspectors, they're trained, they know exactly what to look for, they know exactly where to go. So,
So once
they're
we
more
have the
efficient.
inspection and you've found the termites, because if we're seeing the swarmers, we clearly have termites.
Right.
What's the treatment? What options do we have?
Well, once again, it depends on the type of infestation or how large it is. If it's just one small infestation that's easily accessible, they can just do a localized treat and just eliminate the whole galley. Because the main thing is getting rid of the queen.
Right.
Because if you don't get rid of her, she's just going to keep producing.
It's like aliens.
It is
So what
like
I'm hearing,
aliens.
Clint, is that you want to catch this and get that free inspection early and
Yeah.
quickly so that you have a localized treatment and it hasn't necessarily spread. Don't let the swarmers take over your whole house.
Much more cost effective at that point.
Well, not only that, listen, and I'm not trying to personally scare you at home. Maybe you should be scared. But the horror story that I heard from Terry, and we won't mention the family or any of that, there was an actual home that I think for 5 or 6 years you'd been telling them over and over, you need to take care of this. And it got to the point where they
Yeah.
had to demolish the home.
Correct.
I mean, you think about it, your house foundation is made of wood.
Yeah.
Termites eat wood.
They love
If you
the
let it
wood,
go
yeah.
long enough.
Right.
Real quick, I
Yeah.
want to bring something up here. You're an expert on termites now because you wrote this book here. Tell us about this.
Well, what we did is we put together a collection for the homeowner to help kind of educate them and inform them, as opposed to having to go on the internet and search all these different places trying to figure out what their problems may
You have
be.
something in your hands that you can identify
Right.
with.
So what I did, I put this together so that it's a collaboration, and it talks about the different types of wood damage, so they can easily identify it, whether it be termite, fungus, just basic wood
So they can
rot.
have an idea before they
Right.
make the phone call.
And then I talk about in there the type of termites there are, and it gives pictures and little diagrams of them, but also ways to get rid of them, the efficacy of all the different types of treatment for termite extermination. Shows
Efficacy.
you efficacy. I love that word, but it shows you how well some work over other, so you can at least make an informed decision when it comes time for you to make that call.
Okay, how do folks, you said you're going to give away 5 free copies?
Yeah, now,
Ooh,
well, what I'm
exciting.
going to do
I
is
love
I'm going to do
giveaways.
this. If you call right now, what we're going to do is we're going to email you a link to download a free ebook of this. But for the first 5 callers, we're going to give you a signed copy. We're going to mail it to you. So call now and get your free copy of it.
That
All right.
phone number, 619-407-9097. I believe we have a fan question for Terry.
We do, but 10% off up to $500 when you call that number, 619-407-9097. And yes, we do have a fan question for you, Terry.
Go for it.
Hey guys, I have a termite question for you. So we got our house tented about 3 months ago, and just recently found some fresh termite debris in the same area that I found it previously, but I wasn't sure if it was just old stuff coming loose or if we had been reinfested again. Thanks.
So it sounds like Jay has been recently tented and then found some more droppings, and then he's wondering if that doesn't mean he's reinfested, or is this maybe just shaken out still?
Not necessarily. It could be just some residual. I hate to say it this way, but the fecal matter. That's those little pellets you
That's what
see
it
dropping
is,
out.
yeah.
They probably have been. It could have been jarred by a wall. The wall been jarred and then just fell out. So it very well could be that they still don't have it. But however, it could be. I mean, they
Right.
can reinfest, especially when swarming season. If they get and migrate over, they could reinfest.
Yeah, let's get rid of those swarmers.
All right. Best rate repair and termite. Terry, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Always love
Appreciate
having
it.
you. Get that book, too, and call 619-407-9097. 10% off for $500.